So you're thinking about moving to Scottsdale, Arizona, which means you've already Googled the weather, the golf, the luxury homes, and yes, probably a few other cringe articles calling us the Beverly Hills of the desert. But let me tell you what those search results won't tell you. Because while Google is feeding you cactus and country clubs, there is a whole other side to Scottsdale. The insider truth that you will only hear from the people who actually live here. And today, I am giving you the no-filter version, the pros, the cons, the overpriced, and the stuff that might make or break your move. This isn't for tire kickers, and you're not a first-time homebuyer Googling cheapest neighborhoods. You are someone who's built something, and now you're wondering, does this place fit your lifestyle, your budget, and your expectations? Many people like to try to say that Scottsdale is like one uniform place, and it's not. It's like a patchwork of different zones with a few different zip codes. You have North Scottsdale. This is a land of gated communities, designer yoga studios, and HOAs that will check your lawn height with a ruler.
You serious?
Okay, I'm kind of joking about that one, but there are a few really strict HOAs. It's quiet, polished, and, well, beige. Now, I only say that because I have been asked by multiple buyers in the past when they're looking at homes, can they paint the outside of their house? And the answer is yes. My next comment is, what color brown would you like? And believe me, it's like that for a reason. We are usually a little bit more elevated here and can be seen from places like the 101. So the whole concept is for the homes to blend in with the desert. Then you have South Scottsdale. It's more eclectic and funky and slightly younger. It's close to Tempe and ASU, but it's still pricey, but with more character and a few more tattoos. This is also where you're gonna find Old Town Scottsdale. That's where all the nightlife is and some pretty great restaurants. And then there's Central Scottsdale. This is your in-between area. Here you have mature neighborhoods, ranch-style homes. You are right across Scottsdale Road from Paradise Valley and close to Scottsdale Fashion Square. Here you will find homes that were built in the 70s and the 80s, yet the home prices here continue to stay quite high. People come here because of the mature trees and the greenbelt. So when people ask, should I move to Scottsdale? The better question is, which Scottsdale are you moving to? Because there is a massive difference between sipping wine in Silverleaf and grabbing a taco on McDowell after dodging e-bikes in Old Town Scottsdale. Now, whenever you talk about Scottsdale, or Arizona for that matter, everyone wants to talk about the heat. But it's not just regular heat. This is weaponized heat. And I know that you've heard it's hot, but let me translate what dry heat means.
I'm listening.
It's the kind of heat where your leather seats can brand your thighs. It's the my air conditioner is screaming hot. But here's what most people miss. Summer isn't just uncomfortable, it changes how you live. You plan errands before 9 a.m. or after 8 p.m. You treat outdoor patios like enemy territory, and your dog will protest almost every walk that you want to take them on. And then there's monsoon season. Dramatic thunderstorms roll in like you are in a movie trailer. They're beautiful, and they can turn your backyard into a mud pit with 60-mile-an-hour winds. Yes, the other seasons are amazing, but make no mistake, when every summer is over, every resident that lives here says this, well, we made it through another one. And if you're not ready for the heat, you will end up hiding inside like a reverse vampire. Now, on paper, Scottsdale will seem affordable if you're comparing it to LA or New York. And yes, our property taxes are low, but here's the thing, you can't forget about the other costs here. You want a pool? And trust me, you will to survive. This will increase your electric bill, which is already going to be high because your air conditioning unit will be running 24 hours a day. Now, what that true cost actually will be is going to depend on a lot of factors, how cool you like your house and how large your home is. But you should expect it to be anywhere between $300 a month and $700+ a month. Then you have the HOA fees. And I've seen some that rival car payments. Your favorite Scottsdale restaurant? It's a $27 salad and $4 extra if you want to have a protein in it. And if you want a golf membership, you either go on the waiting list for anywhere between 3 to 5 years, or you have to make sure you're buying the right house that actually has one so you can skip that wait list. So yes, you can have a fabulous life here. Just make sure your budget isn't stuck in 2018. Now, I touched on the HOA situation here, but let me get real about that one, because the Scottsdale HOAs can feel a little bit like your desert master. Now, some HOAs here are just fine. Mine, for example, it doesn't bother me so much. Others can make the DMV feel mellow. There will be rules about paint colors, the kind of plants you can plant, and God help you if you leave your trash can out for too long on the street. And if you're thinking about getting an RV or a trailer, don't, unless you're also planning on getting a storage unit. Thinking about parking on your street overnight? Nope. They're not all monsters, but some do have those members that feel like catching every infraction is their lot in life. So ask before you buy, read those CC&Rs, and if the community has a Facebook group, dig into that one, because that's where the crazy lives, and you could learn a lot by reading it. Now, Old Town Scottsdale is marketed as walkable, vibrant, and charming, and it is, until Friday night rolls around, and it turns into Coachella for college students and young professionals. And don't forget the bachelor and bachelorette parties. And living nearby means you're probably gonna have to deal with party buses, some drunk people mistaking your lawn as a urinal, and music so loud that your windows could shake. It is a completely different story if your primary bedroom backs up to a tequila bar. If you like nightlife but also like to sleep, I would consider a couple zip codes away. And don't worry, that doesn't put you across town. One of the questions I get asked a lot about when people are looking to move here is about the schools. And the Scottsdale public schools sound impressive, but dig a little deeper. Some are excellent, and some just coast on the zip code. There's this weird myth that all Scottsdale schools are great, and they're not. A lot of families here go to private or charter schools. Some because of test scores, others because they want smaller class sizes and zero drama. You will also find more Montessori schools and hybrid options than you know what to do with. If education matters to you, don't just Google their ratings. Tour the campuses, talk to parents. You might be surprised, and not always in a good way. Trust me when I say having school choice is great, but it can also be really overwhelming. What I found was talking to the other parents who have actually experienced these schools really made a difference. And those parents are willing to talk to you. All you have to do is ask. Now, many people say the traffic here is bad. And when I hear that, I know they are not from a really big city like LA or Dallas, or even Atlanta for that matter. Because in those places, the traffic is terrible. Now, our traffic has gotten heavier, worse, one or the two, but it is nothing like those big cities. The 101 at times does get backed up, and Shea Boulevard can get ugly at times. One of the things right now while I'm filming this video you have to remember is that the 101 freeway is under construction for a widening project. Now, the traffic during this time is not great, but when it starts to open up, that is gonna be a game changer. Then when we start talking about traffic, there's the fact that in reality here, you really have to drive everywhere. Things are close, but it's not all super close, not walkable. Scottsdale was really built with the idea that you would always drive everywhere. If you want walkability, there's not a lot of that in Scottsdale. People often want to know who actually lives here, and the stereotypes that you hear are somewhat true. Yes, there are retirees. Yes, there are a lot of golfers, but there's more to it. Scottsdale is a weirdly fascinating mix. We have Californians who cashed out and moved here, Canadians that want to avoid the frostbite, Midwesterners that are coming out to avoid the snow, and oftentimes decide to stay, and many others who are looking for a different pace of life. They want a warmer climate so that they can actually be outside, and they want a friendlier tax environment. This isn't a cookie cutter crowd. It's a blend of money, taste, and just enough unexpected things to make it interesting. So no, you will not be the only new person in town. And from what I've found, that is one of the reasons why people always say it's so friendly here. Now there's the topic of water, and yes, you need to think about it. And yes, water is an unsexy topic. Nobody brings it up during their luxury home tour, but Scottsdale is not running dry tomorrow. However, we do have some water rights and restrictions that are affecting some new builds, landscaping, and lot development. Some builders are tiptoeing around water access rules, and some areas just don't get permits anymore. If you're planning to build, remodel, or landscape a jungle in the desert, ask first. But one of the things you really need to know is how well Scottsdale does at reusing every drop of water. The water reclamation plant here in Scottsdale is studied worldwide. They really do a great job at recycling all of our water. So again, is it something you need to be aware of? Yes. Is it something you absolutely need to worry about that it's going to end tomorrow? No. Now here are some real insider tips. If you want shade and lower power bills, you want to look for homes with some mature desert landscaping, not the builder special with gravel and cactus. If you do not want to fight the HOA overlords, look for those pockets with no HOAs. They do exist. You just have to know the homes will be older and you could be living around a lot of short-term rentals. Remember? No HOA. Short-term rentals can be there. If you like walkability without a frat crowd, McCormick Ranch has trails, golf, and green space, but no club base that will be shaking your windows. And if you want mountain views without breaking the bank, check out neighborhoods just east of Pinnacle Peak. These are still upscale neighborhoods, but also quieter. And for the record, you do not have to live on a golf course to enjoy Scottsdale. There are many other neighborhoods that you can enjoy. Finding the right one for your lifestyle is the most important. If you'd like to see some of the top neighborhoods in Scottsdale, you're gonna wanna watch this video. As always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.